The reason why I come up with some of these topics is I see students doing things incorrectly. I see some students doing things perfectly, and I want to get everybody on the same page. And one of the things is that investors, students, new investors, they just go. They're running all over the place as far as the markets and what markets they should be in or where they should go. So much so that they never become experts in their market. So I want to identify for you some of the mistakes I see new investors making when they are not the experts in the marketplaces that they're looking for. And if you just focus your business on one particular area and capture the data from every property you evaluate in that marketplace, you will be able to move on a dime when the opportunity presents itself. No one will be able to bamboozle you. You'll know the numbers better than everyone else. The next mistake that I see people making is, hey, what about knowing what the average rents are in your market? Okay, some of you may be thinking to yourself, Charlie, that's ridiculous, of course. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm blown away by the fact that new investors will take the offering memorandum and just take the broker at his word as to what the market is for the rents in that area. I mean, let's just think about this. For two reasons, you need to know what the average rents are going to be. Now, the first reason is because when you receive the offering memorandum, you know right away, you will know right away if the rents are in line with the market. In other words, what he's saying that the rent, he's showing you the rent roll, you're going to know just because you know the market. Hey, these guys are way low, or these guys are these numbers don't make any sense. I mean, how many times have you read an offering memorandum where the broker tells you, oh, the rents are below market? It's every pool is a crystal pool. Oh, and the rents are below market. I mean, everyone tells you that. Do you know for a fact that they are? You've got to understand what the average rents are in your market and have it built into a database so you know that properties in this area of my market are going for $550 for a studio, $650 for a one bedroom, $775 for a two bedroom. That's the type of information that you absolutely need to know from them. And secondly, let me get over here and move it along here. Secondly, you need to know if there's any value play in the opportunity. I mean, just think about it. When they tell you that, let me just give you this last part about the rehab. When a broker tells you in the offering memorandum that rents could be increased with a light rehab of $100, of $2,000 will get you $100 more per month in rent. How do you know if that is true? So many of you just take the broker at his word. And if you don't have the data, you've got to take him at his word because you've got nothing else to stand on. So you've got to start collecting this information. Every time you evaluate a property, you've got to start building your own spreadsheet on cap rates, average rents, occupancy, and we're going to get into more of them in just a moment. But quality of the asset, what the quality of the asset is generating for that type of generating for that rent. So don't let these guys tell you what it is. You've got to know that market cold. That's and as Richard said, that's where the CoStar reports come into play on the rents in the market. Absolutely. Guys, not only if you're not building it yourself, you've got to be going out to third-party reports and bringing them in. Don't trust the broker. Don't trust the offering memorandum. Don't trust anything they give you. You've got to know that market cold. It's so crucial because when you own that property, you don't want any surprises. And the last surprise you want is to find out that, hey, boy, we were way off on our rent assumptions. How do you go back to tell grandma that you screwed up on the value of the property and what the exit strategy was and what the value play was because you didn't have all the information? This is what sets us apart. I'm telling you, the guys that, all those big apartment owners, I'm talking about the really big ones out there. They have departments that just analyze data. They need to know the data, and you do too. I mean, we're running a business. All business is about the numbers. You've got to understand the numbers. And I tell you, there are some people on this call that are unbelievable when it comes to knowing the numbers of what's going on in their property. And that's really where all business people need to be.